Hi there, old guy back again. I hope you enjoyed that little jam I put together that was recorded on GarageBand. I recorded that through the Blackstar amp DI. The rhythm track was with my Telecaster and it was on channel 1 voicing 1, and the solo track was on channel 2 voicing 2. There was absolutely no processing whatsoever, and the only kind of effect on there was just a little bit of reverb from the amp itself. I was hoping by now to have done and finished up with my pedal board, but sadly, because it was kind of my first time putting together a pedal board, I didn't order enough of the size cables I needed, so I went ahead and ordered those. Hopefully we'll have that done, but I also just wanted to give you a little bit of an update on how things are going, so I'm going to show you that in just a second. I'm also going to refer you to my written blog, and I'm going to put the links to that down below, which will kind of go over steps 1, 2, and 3 of the pedal build. So technically this is pedal board build part 4, and the first 3 are in writing on my written blog. So if you give me a minute, I will show you what's going on with my pedal board and talk about that a little bit. So once again, I hope you enjoyed the track I wrote and played on. Oh, I'm sorry for some of the clams. I get super nervous in front of playing in front of the camera, so I'm working on that too. Hopefully that'll sort itself out with the more experience that I have. But I really enjoyed putting that together. And also, I'll probably split the track up and put just the rhythm track with the drum track as a jam track. So for anybody who wants to kind of just jam to it, it's an A minor. And should be fun to do. So give me a minute and I'm going to show you what's going on with my pedal board. So here's the almost finished pedal board. A couple of things that you can tell if you go back and look at my written blog and look at the pictures. The pedals have kind of shifted where I initially put them on that mock-up that I did, and that was mostly because of where I ended up putting the power supply and where I had to kind of rearrange things a little bit. So I'm going to flip this over and kind of show you what the back looks like. So you can see here the power supply ended up going here, and one of the interesting things is there's a mounting kind of bracket for the Voodoo Lab pedal power supply, and the thumb screws go underneath here. If you want, you can use that. You can use other power supplies and use the plates that you can buy to put the pedals on the board itself, but then the thumb screws come up through the board this way, which limits how much actual space you have. So I'm going to flip it over again just to kind of show you where the thumb screws are. So you can see here, you can kind of see the thumb screws for the plates are kind of over here. I'm not sure how well that's coming through, but basically you put the plate on the pedal and you use the thumb screws to attach the plate on the board itself. Now, a couple of things that came up also that you can kind of see my blog with my blog is, let's see if I can do this here. So you can see how this is the plug that will supply the power to the power supply, and you have to take this panel off to put that in. But then once you screw that in, which it screws in here and it's a really tight space, you have to put this panel back on to screw this in, because if you don't, then you can't reach this to screw this back once this is in. So basically you put this on first, put this panel back on with the screws from the feet here and the handle, and then put this in. Now, I had originally wanted to put this Blackstar pedal unit here on this side, but again, because of where the power supply went, I couldn't do that. But just to kind of show you also, so the idea will be that the Black Star will plug in here, and this, and I've actually already got it plugged in, will plug into the back for the foot switch. Then what I'm going to do is, I'm going to, if you can see this here, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to put the modulation pedals, so the digital delay, the tremolo, the chorus, and also the looper, that's going to actually go through the effects loop, which I'm going to plug in here, and then this is going to go to the front of the amp, and that'll be for the wah and the two drive pedals I have, the TS9 and the Solar Eclipse. And then this side, which you'll see here, that's where I'm going to plug my guitar into. So the guitar will plug into one of these, and the signal will completely go through the pedal board. And then all the four jacks on this side will be used to go into the amp, into the front of the amp. The wire for the foot switch, the Black Star foot switch, and plus the in and out for the effects loop. So everything going to the amp is going to come out of this side, and the only thing that's going to go in this side for now is just my guitar cable. The other thing obviously is on this side is where the power jack is going to be, so that's going to go to the power as well. So I'm going to try to keep it as clean as possible, and you know, one thing that I really wanted to do with this pedal board is also to make it as clean as possible, so that you know, you can barely see any wires here. And I'm actually replacing the wire on this side, which is going to go underneath. And I think I put in my blog which wires I use. I can't remember off the top of my head right now, but you can see how clean it looks, and that's kind of what I was hoping. Also, I left a section here right in the middle where probably once I get everything together and really test the rig out, I'm going to put a compression pedal of some kind. And that, once I finish this and plug it all in and get it all wired up, I am going to put it through the amp and make another video highlighting each pedal. But before I do that, I'm going to do a little demo of the Black Star amp that I have with all the channels and whatnot, and talk about that a little bit. And then hopefully do a review. I finally got my Player Series Telecaster back, so hopefully I'll be able to do that review as well. Next time you see this, hopefully it'll be all together with all the power going through it, through the amp, so I can kind of showcase what it looks like and show you how clean it is, and how clean it looks, and how functional it is, which is basically the idea of any pedal board. So anyway, thanks for listening, thanks for watching, and hopefully I will see you again soon once this is all put together. Thanks again. One last thing, if you like what you see, please hit that like button, and also hit subscribe. I'd very much appreciate that. Talk to you soon. See you later.